Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the Jayla earrings. Now these earrings are really unique. I wanted to find a way to use the bead frames in a little bit of a different way here. So what I'm doing is I'm suspending crystals inside there as opposed to kind of linking them all the way through those bead frames. So I'm using two different colors here of these 6mm round Preciosa crystals, and I'm using two different sizes of the bead frames to give it a little bit of, something extra. I wanted to create some space in this design. I also have a couple of eye pins here and a couple of head pins. And for tools, we're just going to be using some round nose pliers, some flush cutters, and some chain nose pliers here. So if you have everything ready to go, let's get started. So this is a really simple project. So all we're going to be doing is making simple wire loops, which is great. So go ahead and take your two main colors here. So I have the rose and the light rose. So for the rose, I'm going to do two head pins with simple wire loops on them. So you just slide it all the way down to there to the bottom. Bring it back with your pliers, so we have it kind of coming at a little angle there, you can see. Wrap it up and over. Rotate your pliers and bring that wire all the way across so we create that little loop there. And now you can go ahead and remove your pliers and come in with your flush cutters and just trim that off. Perfect. So now we can set one aside. And we're going to repeat that for our second rose here. And this is it. It's just simple wire loops, which makes it a fun little project. But I was really, like I said, I was looking for a fun new way to use those bead frames. Something that I maybe haven't done before. All right, so set that aside. So now for this next piece here, we're going to actually be connecting it through one of our smaller frames here. So we have the small one and the large one here. So go ahead and pick up your small frame. And you can choose which one to go through. It doesn't really matter. But go ahead and slide that head pin all the way down there and through. And now we're going to add on our little pink bead here. This is the light rose. And we're going to do that simple wire loop one more time. So now go ahead and just bend that backwards. And wrap that up and over the top. And bring it around. Come in with your flush cutters. And trim that off. Beautiful. All right. So now the fun part is that you can see that we're going to start to connect everything together. Both of these little pieces here are going to just sit inside. But what we need to do is we need to add some simple wire loops using some eye pins. But you have to do this in a very specific way because you can't really get inside of that frame to make the loop. So we're going to, for this one here at the bottom, I find it's easier to go ahead and let's come in with our chain nose pliers here. And I'm going to open this loop up since it's already open just a little bit. Just open that loop up, slip on my eye pin, and we want to make sure that loop is nice and close. You have to do this part before you do this part here. So now you can slide it up through, and now we have the opportunity to make another simple wire loop here right at the top. So again, just come in and try to get as close as you can to that bead frame right there. We're going to bend it backwards. You can kind of pull it just a little bit. Up and over the top and around to create that loop. And then again, just come in with those flush cutters, just like so. Now, here's where you're going to want to just sort of straighten up your loop here and go ahead and close this particular loop right here. Just make sure it's nice and straight, and we want to make sure it is perpendicular there. Okay, perfect. And then we can come in with this end here, and we can go ahead and attach this side to finish this connection over here. And go ahead and close that up. Now, to complete this top part, we're going to do a very similar thing. So go ahead and actually, I'm going to open this loop because it's already a little bit open. Anytime you do your simple wire loops, you're always going to have your loops that are just always a little bit open. That's normal because you're crossing it over, so it wouldn't have completely closed there. So instead of ruining the other wire, I always like to try to focus on that if I can. All right, now we're going to slide this up through. So this is going to look very similar to what we were doing before. But now we're going to come in and make that loop. Bring it across. There we go. Sneak those flush cutters in. And now we are going to open up this one here and slide on our earring hook and close that up. So that is how we finish it. And what I want to say is I didn't make anything too stiff because I wanted everything to be able to sort of rotate and just be kind of free-flowing in this design. All right, so that's it. That's how to make the Jayla earrings. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can get all of these supplies and see even more tutorial videos by heading over to Beadaholique.com.